It's the Barstool Breakdown. Go ahead and give it to me. Breakdown. Let's listen to those guys. Breakdown. What's happening at Barstool this week? Breakdown. It's ball time. It's ball time. It's ball time.
Honored to be here. I'm so proud of you guys. I think this is fucking awesome. 4 stoolies,
Yeah.
5 stoolies. Let's fucking go. And then, did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that one?
So
Keep that in.
I got an apple tree behind me.
No.
And a metal roof up here.
You're dropping apples? That's
Every
crazy.
time- Yeah, you're supposed to do a shot.
Johnny
every time an
Appleseed
apple
over
falls on the
here.
roof.
Jesus Christ.
I know. I mean, you're so competitive. You think you can complete a pass, but you have to establish the run, right?
That's the ideal way. I mean,
You know?
what are we doing? Am I just lining up under center and just throwing 30 times the defense knowing it? That's not a fair ask of the question. The
No, I
question
get
is
that. Yeah.
This one player, I forget who it was like 1 for 9 in his start. Like, okay, that guy's not dropping back, being like, hey guys, I'm throwing it. Like, no, he's running offense. That's what I would do too.
I get what you mean. So no one else would know
fair.
the challenge.
It's fair.
Basically, you're just lining up under center, and you're like, man, these
Right.
guys won't stop running the ball. Here's a play action screen.
Yeah, and they
Right,
could
we're
know
good.
that I got a noodle arm, and that's fine.
Right, that's fine.
Compared to an NFL player, like I would have the worst arm in the league by 300%.
Yak and stuff. So, speaking of the yak, I needed to bring up that you had said you watch scary movies sometimes just to get a nightmare because they're nice sometimes.
Yeah.
You actually watch a scary movie for the intention of like, oh, I'm gonna get a nightmare tonight, or you're just like, oh, I'll have one tonight because I watched a scary movie.
I watch scary movies to get scared, and hopefully I get scared enough where I'm gonna have a nightmare. Because if you get super spooked by something, and like I'm not watching these things like 1 in the afternoon, like I'll watch it at night.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no,
I'll watch
better.
it, I'll go to sleep, an hour or 2 later, and then hopefully it has enough of an impression on me where I think about it subconsciously to the point where it'll wake me up and I'm a little spooked. So yeah, I mean, I Roan joked about it like, yeah, I'm sure you have great dreams all the time, and I do. I'm
I
generally
assume so, yeah.
a very happy guy, but at the same time, something I say a lot is a quote from Vanilla Sky: "The sweet isn't as sweet without the sour." Sometimes you just want to break the cycle. There's a movie, Better Luck Tomorrow, where there's a guy who's always happy, and he's rich, he has it all, he's good at sports, and he just wants to. I think he wants to rob. Yeah, the plot is he wants to rob his own family and like rip them off, like and get insurance or something, because he wants to like break the cycle. He's like, happiness is a curse. It's like
There's no
you got
pleasure
to
without
be happy.
pain.
So, like, yeah, exactly. So,
Mhm.
yeah, nightmare once in a while. If you're scared of a nightmare as an adult, like grow up. Like you wake up and it's over. You realize that it was a dream.
Plus, you wake up with that extra juice. Like, man, I just went through that.
Exactly.
Like,
So it's
this
like,
day's
what
gonna
are
be
you
a
scared of?
breeze. No, I kind of agree with that
freaking-
take. So who doesn't
It's
want
pretty
to chop
similar,
up
honestly.
Barstool?
It's awesome.
Dude, I love talking about Barstool. I jump on Stoolie Wednesdays. I mean, both you guys DM me like,
Yeah.
hey, hop on with like
Absolutely,
something that's like you're relevant to. So like, yeah, I'm happy to talk to, like, without the Stoolies and without the fans, like we are nobody. So why would I not give my time to the people that give so much to
Oh, yeah.
us?
I want to talk about. You were just at Dave and Buster's recently for the Tungsten Federation.
That's
Right?
true.
So,
Yes.
how did that? Like, were you were the beginning of it? You were part of the beginning of it, or
I was
how did you get into that?
I was nominated and voted in after the first meeting.
So there's nominations. I didn't know there were
Oh,
like
yeah.
nominations.
Yeah, that's how you have to get in. Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
it's a very much a secret society type organization.
Oh, so I can't ask too much about it.
There's
So
a lot that goes on behind closed doors, a lot of decisions being made, a lot of movement happening.
Okay.
All in the name of the densest metal that you can
I was gonna say, and how much do those cards weigh?
I think it's like 15 times the weight of a normal credit card.
Is it like noticeable when you're carrying it then? Like you can feel it the whole
There
time.
it is.
It's member 0012. Look at that.
I don't know if this will pick up.
It was. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's weighty. You drop that on a table and people's heads turn.
It was like, even though I didn't watch that when it was happening, I was like commenting on current Barstool stuff and being like, why don't you write a what was that? that apple falling on your roof?
No.
Yeah,
It was
one of
nothing.
those.
It was nothing. Actually, hold up.
You just spill that beer?
Did he drop his bottle?
No.
It was my tungsten card.
Oh, there we go.
I had it out. I thought you might ask about the tungsten, so I put it right here and I just knocked it out. I kind of ruined the whole bit. I was gonna break it out at a different time, but
No, that works. That works.
No,
we
we
dropped
could-
it
yeah, I
on
was
the
gonna
floor.
say-
Tungsten, member number 7.
That's a perfect segue to kind of my next question. There's a photo of you, John, that
Oh, God.
circulates pretty constantly, and I see it in replies all the time. Now, were you dead, dehydrated? Like, what happened there that made you look like you were 80 years old and like have not had a sip of water in years?
Dude, I don't know. All I can tell you is that was the day I flew back from investigating Mincy.
Okay.
So we were investigating Mincy for like 3 days. I flew back from New Orleans at like, I don't know, like 5. I got back at like 6 o'clock, and the tungsten meeting was at like 7. So I flew back, Newark Airport, went all the way across to like Chinatown, which is a bit of a haul. Like I was carrying all of my luggage and my backpack because I didn't want to miss the tungsten meeting so bad. Like I could have just gone home, but I was like, "Fuck,
Oh,
I
you can't miss. Yeah,
I
you
can't
can't miss
miss
the
the
Tungsten
meeting."
Federation. Yeah.
So it was a bit of a bear to get there. I guess it was just a long week. I guess I didn't have my makeup on. Sometimes I put a little makeup on to make my eye bags not look as bad. I guess I didn't have any on that day. I was also doing a bit of a serious face. Like if I like look real serious, I can kind of do the face. Like
That's not bad. You got to dim the lights and take some of the makeup off, but
It's-
you're close.
it's
Yeah,
serious.
that's not,
Yeah.
that's it.
yeah, I appreciate what you guys are doing too. This is fun. It's nice to get some other people who aren't on as much stuff to come on and talk. So I really like this. This is cool.
Miss Gia, how we doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Of course,
you coming
pleasure. Yeah, I mean, I might as well just throw this out there. She stood us up once, we teased it. We teased it a week early. We thought that Barstool Breakdown had the Riz and got G on, and stood
I
us up.
know. I feel bad. I thought I could do it, but then I ended up going to Tennessee on Friday. So I was with like all of my college friends. So I just like completely slipped my mind. And I was like, oh no, I ghosted them. Like they're gonna hate me, but I'm glad everything worked out.
It's all right.
No
TJ's
hate.
in your corner, so yeah, no hate, no hate. We know you
Yeah,
guys are
yeah.
busy
Right,
people
that's right.
when you honky tonking. Frankie's a very good artist, so it's tough. But
Okay.
yeah,
Wait, are you guys about to pull us?
So
yeah,
I was
we're
about
gonna
to
share
say,
the screen and
when you
Oh,
agreed, I decided on my phone. So this isn't about to be Jeff D. Lowe status, but on
Okay.
my phone, probably 1 a.m. or so, when I had my son sleeping next to me and I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep, I made
Yeah, I
mashups
sent
that
him a
are
text.
Barstool mashups.
Okay.
So your coworkers. So I am hoping to God you get all of them for your sake because
Okay,
these
yeah,
are
me
not very
too.
good. And I don't know if I could stump you on one of them, it'd be great actually. But
I'm terrible at mashups, and I got them all. So there we go.
all right, so so mashup number 1.
Okay,
This
that's
is the
easy.
worst one, I
That's
would
Luke
say.
And Pat.
Oh,
Yes.
Ding.
nailed it.
There it is. Good job. Mashup number 2.
Oh my God, that's Fights and Frankie.
Yeah, beautiful.
Ding.
They'd have a beautiful kid if they,
I
Yeah,
try to
wow.
keep the complexions pretty similar, but it's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
hard when
yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have
to do
Photoshop
that.
and you're doing it on your phone.
Yeah,
All right, number 3.
that's Fran and Casey.
Oh man. Ding.
That was the one that almost
was-
hit me too.
I would say I was hoping that one was going to get you possibly, which
Yeah.
would have been hilarious. All right, number 4.
That looks like
Beautiful.
that director. I forget what his name is. Michael, whatever.
God.
Large and Nick.
Oh God, you're so good. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Ding.
Yeah.
And last one.
Okay.
Fucking ding sound.
Is that Kaz and Hank?
Yeah. Nailed it. I mean, she said she was no good. That's bullshit. She just
Like-
crushed that.
If that was a year ago, I would not have been able to do any of those.
We appreciate you being on here. So
Yeah, that was great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, big shout out to TJ for the plug. He said you texted him at first. And is he over there? There he is, fresh cut.
Dude,
Where's the beard?
when-
Where's the fucking
when-
beard?
That was I shaved right after that.
Right after the picture. Yeah, you're
When-
looking good, fresh cut.
Thanks.
Well, when Jonathan said you got TJ in your
Good.
corner and then you looked to the corner, I was about to say, is he actually just sitting there? I should have just said that because he fucking was. That would have been great.
Because I booked her the interview. I brought her water. Made sure
Yeah.
she's all good with the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, did you know that the Able was going down? Was it obvious before?
I was nervous that Jenks never had fought before.
Right.
But when I saw the Abel brother go down early in the first round, I knew, oh, this fight's over. They don't. If you look at how they fight, they don't protect themselves. They don't move
Right.
fast, and
They
don't
look like they
hard.
haven't fought.
They don't, and this is why I came up with the term "unable brothers." I watched them, and they get pummeled.
Every
You got
time.
the other one there. Zach always gets his nose bloodied.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I
They
just said it on the last.
They did a bad combination. They lead with their face. they don't hit hard. They don't move well, and they don't defend well.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, for sure. And I even said it on the last podcast. I said I was giving you another nickname for them. I called them the Fables because they're fake fighters and they're unable, like we talked about. So they're fables, like the Aesop's fables.
I think some of the friends should get friends and family should get together and tell them stop fighting. Otherwise, they're going to be the disabled brothers.
That's a good one. Know that you could leave the courthouse because I feel like I've talked to a couple of like the guys behind the scenes at Barstool and they were just like, yeah, I wonder when, he was like, you know what, fuck this place. So I kind of want to know when you were kind of like, all right, I'm done with this shit.
When finally Dave they gave me an offer for a full-time position with the benefits that could like match what I got at the courthouse.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty well. The pandemic was rough. Trying to do court work at home.
Yeah, that's definitely a different kind of grind.
They and the court doesn't have laptops, so I had a desktop computer in a 300 by 300 foot apartment on a end table just off of my kitchen table because that's the only place I could fit it. I was cramped. You couldn't go outside because of the pandemic rules, like limiting where you can go, and I was going insane.
Oh, I mean, I hear it, especially up there in a busy metropolitan area.
And then what you have is you're not necessarily working set hours anymore. Now I get a call that we're getting ready to do a court procedure at any time, and it was just like, and sometimes I only like work for maybe a half hour.
Oh, really?
It would be the Sundays where I work maybe like 9-10 hours on just court proceedings, and and then trying to email everything, get the paperwork together, and putting it.
I can see the stress in your face just talking about this right now, and that was how we doing, sir?
Very well. How are you? Nice to sit in and answer a few questions.
I don't even know if it's if it's top father of the company. He's like top 2 now. He's calling shots on schedules, Frankie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, people might come back at me and say, well, what about Mr. Portnoy? But, that guy's he's kind of a distant memory in the Barstool world now. We got Mr. Hitchens, who's Barstool Radio, son of a boy dad, Twitter, just the star of the show this week. So.
Yeah, I've seen some tweets calling me king of Barstool, so I'll take it.
Oh,
yes. We got to get you a crown ASAP.
I ran the tournaments for Babe Ruth as well as doing all the groundkeeping for all of his games. So
now, how'd you become the groundskeeper? I'm reading here; it says self-appointed.
If there's only so much room for so many coaches in that dugout. So other than pitching, batting practice, and for running, many years, I don't think I can throw a baseball anymore. My rotator cuff is so torn up. But I enjoyed running the tractors and learning how to do a proper field grooming is not as easy as you might think, especially at the Babe Ruth level when it's the same size field as major league. You know,
I had a hit piece written on me within 2 months of being hired by Business Insider or one of them. They wrote a hit piece on me, and like Gaz is like, this is the quickest and it still is the quickest any Barstool employee had a hit piece written about him, and it was Barstool hires an old.
I think I saw it was Deadspin. It was Barstool
Deadspin,
hire.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Barstool hires a fat like something blogger or something is what they said. Yeah.
I don't think they said fat, so that's
Are you sure?
like one asshole.
Jesus Christ.
Like an old weirdo blogger, I think.
Whatever it was. Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
that thing makes me uncomfortable. We're 30 some odd episodes in. We're in the playoffs, and and I can say this with confidence, there is no other sporting body, any other sporting, league, club, anything that treats Barstool the way that NASCAR does. You could say, oh no, large PGA does whatever Riggs wants. Bullshit. Riggs gets a tremendous amount of access. He does not get the access that we get. Spittin' Chicklets does not get the NHL access we get. Outside of Carabas, the MLB never gives anybody at Barstool the access we get. And you know how the NFL is with us. Goodell fucking hates us. So, so it's just.
Yeah, I've said it many times on Stoolie Wednesday. You guys have the best. Like, people say that all the time on Stoolie Wednesday too, that the foreplay guys probably have the best and you guys have it second best. I've said it before. You don't see Riggs or Frankie or them playing in one of those things, but you saw the one bike car in a race, right? So, I mean, that tells you something right there,
You also don't.
I can honestly, I've been, and again, I still can't drive a stick. I'm learning the sport, Ted Lassoing it, so to speak. I could easily call up, there's 16 playoff drivers. This is a flex. I can call 10 of them right now.
Well, I guess I'll just turn into that. I mean, I've told you, I'm ready for large promotions to take me on. I'm gonna have to.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut some weight, but I'm a 1-0 amateur large. Back in the Navy, I was fighting at 160. Okay, I did a thing called Battle of the Badges. I went in. I got bloodied up in the first round. He came in. It was a little short Mexican Coast Guard kid came in and hit me in the nose pretty good. But after that, I thwarted him off. He got saved by the bell in the second, and then third round was all mine as well. But I mean, I'm ready. Say just whenever you need a fighter for large promotions. I know Jersey Jerry has been trying to steal all your guys, but I'll fight for large any day.
Thanks. Yeah, say less. You're on.
And the Heat lost Game 6 on that Derek White tip-in. And if it wasn't for Derek White tipping that ball in, I probably wouldn't have a job at Barstool, because the next morning, Dave sends me a DM and he goes, "Do you want to bet Game 7?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. I want to bet Game 7." And he says, "I know what I could offer you. What could you possibly offer me?" I offered the tattoo. He offered the job. I flew to Boston the next day, went to the game, and they won by 20. And that's how I got hired.
But I think really around college was when I got into it. And I think one of the coolest things about the way the company's grown and the way that things have changed is the fact that as someone like me has grown, so has Barstool. Like the company has evolved to a point where, somebody who is, 20 years old in college can enjoy it every bit as much as, me now, a 28-year-old who's, obviously several years removed from all that. So I mean, that was kind of the big, foray was, my buddy kind of showing me some clips and ultimately, like, there's always going to be frustrations, but the one thing that I always enjoyed about Barstool's content is that, like, it never ceased being fun. I think one thing that people really get away from when it comes to sports content is, like, just, it's constant, it doesn't need to be as serious as you make it out to be. And of course, like, you're going to have heartbreak, you're going to have frustrations, but the number one word that always came to mind is, like, this just seems cool. Like, Barstool, I associate it with being cool. And so that was kind of what got me attached to it.
We appreciate you coming on, and talking to you for an hour has been a pleasure, man. And I can't wait to move back to Toledo. I'm going to hit you up for at least like a Mud Hens game or come up to Detroit and catch a Tigers one with you.
For sure, yeah, and I'll hit you guys up soon. I appreciate it. Obviously, to the Stoolies who are listening to this, obviously, look, man, it's not been the smoothest road, but I really I'll bitch and I'll moan, but I really genuinely appreciate the support you guys have shown in person, online, what have you. And this is an amazing place to work, like I said earlier, because of the people, and that includes the fans. So thank you guys.
I have a question, kind of goes into what Frankie was just saying, talking about who the hell you're going to bang. I'm not sure there's a ton of people that are super aware of when does horny hours begin? Like, is there a set time for horny hours? Like I need to get this down. I can't be in DMs at the wrong time. I can't be sending off tweets at the wrong time. I gotta let the people know when horny hours goes.
So there's no specific start time. However, you gotta respect the what's the word? What's the English word?
Well, give us the Zimbabwean word.
You gotta respect this. I guess the sanctity of life. You gotta respect that. People live lives and all that. Give people time to do other things. So anything before 8 p.m. is unacceptable.
Okay.
Anything before 8 p.m. is unacceptable. After that, anything flies. Give people time to eat dinner and all that. But once they're now sitting on their couches, about to turn on like The Bachelor and stuff, is when you can start.
That's when
you can start perving over. Yeah, when you can start perving over people, and it's a bit more socially acceptable.
I have people DMing me, whether it's on LinkedIn or Twitter, being like, "How do I get in? How did someone your age do it?" And that's the number one question I get. Like, how did someone at your age get in that had a past career? And I just love telling this story because to me, it's like, it's just, you bet on yourself. Like, and like, this is like cheesy and stuff like that. Like I'm looking at myself saying this stuff, but like, it's the fucking truth. It's like, you need to bet on yourself and just, you got to believe that what you're doing is like intentional and strategic. And like every move you make there should be like a cause and effect to it. Especially when it comes to if you want your dream job, right? Like there should never be a time limit on trying to get it. You heard what Frank said yesterday, right? He said it. Mm-hmm. He was 41 when he did that rant. And you know what? If he wasn't doing all that shit on YouTube where Dave probably took a look and saw that he had the sports encyclopedia, that he was grinding by himself, talking to fucking nobody. If he wasn't doing that, he would have just been another fucking guy that ranted that got put on Barstool. But Frank was busting his fucking ass for all those years. So on the chance that someone like Dave Portnoy saw that shit and was like, yo, let me give this fucking guy a chance. Now he's like one of the top 5 most recognizable people at the company, getting escorted out of Citi Field.
Insane.
That's what I'm saying. 100%. So if you want to, just fucking go get it. Like no one's stopping anybody.
What created the Viva that you just, sprout on everybody now? Like you got it on your thigh. Like what got Fasoli into Barstool?
Guess that ass.
That was it.
I was no joke. I swear to God, I was in the 8th grade, 13. Actually, I was 13, but that was 2013, 2012. And I was in I forget what class I was in, but I was just on my Google Chromebook. And I was just like on the internet and I saw Guess That Ass. And I was just enticed by it. And I was
see how much you enjoy the job. We see how much you put into it and how much you actually care about the product you're putting out.
I hope my work influences many people, not just you guys, not just people out there who are maybe they hate their job day to day, people who want to chase a dream and maybe they loved filming at one point in their life and they gave it up to go to college and do something else. Anything like young producers, young videographers, anything like that. Take a chance. Shoot something. Go shoot with your buddies. Go shoot with your friends. Make something. It doesn't matter if you think it's great or not. I just tweeted that tonight. Fuck everyone who judges you. That's literally the way I lived my entire life. People could judge me. People could make fun of me because I love XYZ. Those are also the people that slide into my DMs now saying, you have the coolest job in the world.
Tick, 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 tick.
We start in Chicago, where Brandon Brick Walker gave an ode to last year's Mississippi State basketball team and couldn't make a shot in the first Yak basketball game at the Chicago office.
Also on the Yak, Connor Mook Stallion struggled to read the signs from the full-body boss man and sat nervously bobbing his head while George Foreman Portnoy grilled Hank on his new friendship with Plain Girl and said, "Those motherfuckers that right there are not real. Lee dating."
What? Taking a walk on the fairway, Frankie Tiger Borelli and Trent Scotty Ryan produced the voiceover video of the year, simply saying, "If I'm swinging it well, I don't take divots, Teej."
Moving over to the Dozen Trivia League, we kicked off the week with match 1, where Team Minahan was trying to bake Team Z. But in a shocking turn of events,
Quiggs didn't show up on time, and it seemed like Rico's Hotel hired all business Pete to hook up its internet, as Captain Kirk had to be the star and trek his way to the finish line by himself. But it wasn't enough, as Captain David Goggins Portnoy had his team ready. Team ZD 13, Team Minahan 11. Kirk scored 11 by himself? What? Speaking of the Minahan world boom, Kirk Trump Minahan told Quiggs, "You're fired," as Team Minahan signs Henry Lockwood to the defending champions of the Dozen Trivia. We move to Pardon My Take, where Max Verstappen Delante tried to take a victory lap for the Eagles having the best record in football, only to be bested by Henry Hankstradamus Lockwood after he was the first to correctly guess the lottery ball in the new studio. What? Now over to Chicago, where we had the second and final Barstool College Basketball Invitational as the FAU Owls took on hometown Loyola Ramblers and Sister Jean. Sister Jean, more like Brother Slacks, Teach, as all the brothers were slacking on the Ramblers as FAU took out Loyola Chicago easier than Nicky Smokes taking out 4 girls at once. He could go all the way. Some spread. Fucking beast. I'm a pit bull, dog.
You see that sad boy season? You see that sad boy?
From both sides. What is happening? Billions of people, you can't be like everyone today. Oh, I've said this before.
Winners!
The fucking boy was in a fraternity, bro. The fucking boy drank in college, bro. The fucking boy's 34, bro. The fucking boy drank 8 high noon, dude. We fucking won, dude. I feel stupid after all this, though. I feel stupid. I love everybody.
This is me having after 8. We won. It was never a doubt. Like I did 10 last time, and I fell short because I took a poop. I didn't take a poop this time. So yeah, Frankie and I we had 16 when they had 22. I forgot to make the video because I am drunk. Yes, whatever. But like, I still speak well. I still got beautiful face paint. Also, this is Dave's version on my chin. I'm gonna keep drinking. I'm gonna keep watching because I fucking love the Yak and I love Barstool Sports. I fucking love you guys for following the breakdown. Follow.
8 done. That's a fucking W. That's a fucking W for the boys. For the breakdown boys, that's a fucking W. I'm faded, so we're just gonna be real here. We win though. I'm faded, so we're just gonna be real here. We win though. I drank 8 in less than an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm 34 with 2 kids and a wife and a job. I do this shit. Cringy as fuck.
Dude, I am fucking wrong, dude. Holy shit.
Oh!
This is my
Drinking
fucking
out of
shit.
cups.
Oh my god, drinking out of cups. Drinking
Look
out
at
of
Mrs.
being a
Stairs,
bitch.
taking the
I picked up
stairs.
this. Not my chin, not my problem. That's what I say. DJ, help me out. Jay! Oh, fucking Jay. Tommy. Oh, then let me go get some out.
Yes. So you did everything you needed. That was perfect.
Fucking rocked. I don't even know what the fuck is going on up in this shit right now. Tommy's getting tatted.
Just enjoy the show,
Monica.
Monica.
Taking a piss, dude. Holy shit. Woo! Oh, 3-2 Rico, 3-2 Rico, 3-2 Rico. I definitely have pussy.
Fuck yeah, Rico.
I think I gotta go to bed, dude.
Get back then.
All right, well, cheers. Let me get liquidated, I guess. Motherfucker.
Oh my god.
You hear it hit the ground?
Ew,
It's not even
dude.
up. It's a little
Ew,
wet.
dude. Ew. Ew, dude.
All right. It's always good to be on the Barstool Breakdown, baby.
It's the Barstool Breakdown. Go ahead and give it to me.